Hey, you want to start with an opening statement, please?
All right. Well, it's good to see everybody. It was great to have the weather we did today, and appreciate the fans, parents coming out that made it today. And, it was a fun day. It was good to see the guys out there. I thought we had one penalty the entire day, which was something we were trying to play, as clean as we could, and felt like we did that. I thought, we were physical in the run game. There's some guys that made some good catches. I thought it went about how we expected. I thought Jordan Poole made a heck of a play running down Jordan Houston, stripping the ball out defensively. Got everybody on our roster in there. So that was fun, that everybody got a chance to play today. But typical spring game, your goal is to get everybody in to play as clean as you can and not have any injuries. And I think we came out pretty strong on all three of those. So look forward to any questions you guys have.
Jonas, you want to start us off, please?
Coach, you talked about DeMarcus Jones and Delbert, how hard they had run in the last scrimmage. Bam and Ricky out. How big was today for those two guys, for the fans to see those two guys in a real game like setting and showing off their skills?
Yeah, they've been impressive all spring. They're tough. They understand the offense. They're good in protection. They're playing, I think, within themselves. They're not trying to do too much. They're physical backs. They're not going to dance a whole lot. They're going to get extra yards and run behind their pads. And I think we've built depth at that position this spring. We're able to cross-train, Jordan and Trent. You saw those guys playing in other positions today, and Jordan was able to play receiver and running back, so that was good. But that's probably one of the benefits when you hold a couple players out at a spot, is that you build depth for when they come back, and we were definitely able to do that at running back today.
Brett Freelander.
Yeah, Dave, how scary was it to see Ben get rolled up on the second play of the game, and how encouraging was it to see him the way he bounced back?
Yeah, well, he has a knee brace on to protect him on things like that. You hate for anyone to get rolled up, but I was right behind the play. I didn't really think it was anything major. I think it's more of a contusion or a bruise than anything. It was great to see him go through the process of being evaluated, say, I want to come back in, and then throw a really good fade ball followed with a run down there in the red zone for a touchdown. Ben's way ahead of where he was a year ago, and you'd expect that. And I think all those guys at quarterback are, but just that position, you don't touch those guys, so every now and then they do get hit, and as long as they come up healthy, that isn't a bad thing for them, to have to feel contact every now and then.
How would you evaluate Devin's performance today?
Outside of the interception and the first pass, I think, the first one, he had a guy pretty open and kind of rushed it. And then the one pick, but I thought outside of that, he played well. I don't have the stats in front of me, so I'm not sure what, exactly he was out there from a completion rate standpoint. The thing I like about how Devin's playing, he's just comfortable right now. He knows the system. His eyes are in good places. He's communicating well. He's making quick decisions. He's doing what Coach Beck wants him to do. And, it's fun to watch him just in his progression from last year to this year.
Thank you.
Bridget, go ahead.
Coach, to have so many of the same guys back from last year with the, COVID year of eligibility, and to get this team basically, I think besides like a couple guys, you guys have the same roster. How much does that help? And just like you mentioned with Devin, knowing the playbook and being able to do what you want them to do?
I can barely hear you. Are you asking about our experience, or?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just with so many guys back from last year with the COVID eligibility, and having that same lineup and players that are familiar with the playbook, how much does that help you guys?
Yeah, well, that's one thing you can't do is add experience. I think being a young football team a couple years ago, these guys are now, reaping the benefit of reps. And as a program, we are as well. There's competitive depth at a lot of positions. There's experience in the first string and the second string. There's positive things that they've done in games, which breed confidence. There's been learning moments from losses and negative things, which brings opportunity to grow through adversity. And So these kids have been through a lot together. They have overcome a lot together, and to have all that back, it's just a matter now of getting them all healthy and having a really good summer. You know, we lost out on a lot of training last year. Everybody did, you know, and so for Thunder and his group and the strength program here to have that time with them, it's a really important 5 weeks coming up. And I do love the experience factor we have, but we need to get into that weight room now and really take advantage of the time we have from now until fall camp.
Last one for Coach. Andrew, go ahead.
Dave, you mentioned that you said that you thought that you guys came through the game pretty clean in terms of injuries. Does that mean Jordan, with his situation there in the first half, is there any update on him?
They x-rayed his foot. He's negative x-ray. So probably just a sprain. It sounded like turf toe more than anything. I think he'll be fine. But yeah, obviously we don't want anyone to come out injured, but everything I've heard was it was pretty minor.
Okay, Coach, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll
right.
have a couple players here soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, we have safety Tanner Engel. Tanner, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, media, if you guys want to raise your hands, we'll go around and for questions for Tanner, please. Go ahead, David.
Tanner, can you just talk about what it was like to be back on the field?
It was exciting, actually, you know, just being able to be out there. You know, y'all know last season I had a few issues with injury and also getting targeted and stuff. So it was just actually a good feeling, an exciting feeling to just go out there and be able to play again.
Andrew, go ahead.
Tanner, I know you guys have quite a few players back in the secondary. How would you rate kind of your group's chemistry at this point in spring ball?
You know, as far as like we came a long way throughout spring ball. You know, we did a lot of self-evaluation. We worked on what we need to work on. So as far as chemistry, like we got some transfers that came in, but they fit in right away. Like, I mean, as far as chemistry, I would say like an 8, you know, but we still got, like I said, we got some transfers coming in. We ain't do everything that we need to do. So as far as like, we got room to build, but as far as chemistry, we got a pretty good chemistry.
Jonas.
Tanner, as an experienced guy, I know you guys for the red team didn't play much in the second half. So I'm gonna give you a chance to play coach for a second. So how would you evaluate some of the younger guys who got most of the snaps in the second half today?
I was actually pretty impressed with a lot of the younger guys, especially 41. You saw he had a little pick 6 towards the end. That was pretty good. But as far as like all of the younger guys, and specifically in my position group, you know, we did a good job. We didn't have that many mental errors, which is always a good thing. So, you know, we still got some room to grow. Obviously, it's their first actual college football experience. You get what I'm saying? So they got some room to grow. But as far as that, they've been doing a really good job.
Justin Williams, go ahead.
Hey, Tanner. Coach mentioned that you guys were trying to make a priority of playing a clean game, limiting penalties out there.
Absolutely.
I don't think I remember seeing a defensive penalty, so that had to be mission, success, right, for the defense, not avoiding any penalties today.
Yes, sir. You know, last year we dang near led the nation in penalties. So, like moving forward, you know, that's what we tried to work on, and we came out there. There was 1 flag today, so I feel like that's a pretty good success.
All right, Tanner, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
We will have quarterback Devin Leary up next.
Yeah.
All right, Devin, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bridget, you want to start us off, please?
Yeah. Hey, Devin, just what was it like to be back there? I mean, obviously a long time coming after that injury last season.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was just fun to be back out there and like a live setting, competing with everyone. But it was also fun to like compete with all the brothers that we've created such great chemistry over the off season. And like I said, it's been a pretty long time coming, but it was very fun out there.
Just quick to follow up on that, how nice is it to have all these same guys back and that comfort level? Do you feel like that adds something for you guys?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, we were able to create such great chemistry and build off of what we did last year. We know what we want to accomplish and we know what we want to set out to do, and just being able to have all similar faces, same guys back. It's very fun to see everyone have like the same mentality.
Brett Freelander, go ahead, please.
Yeah, coach mentioned the first throw that you missed in an open guy and then you had to pick, but it seemed like you kind of got into a rhythm after that. Did it take a few passes and a little bit of time to kind of remember what it's like?
A little bit. I think the first one, it was just a little bit excited. And then the interception made a pretty good play. But as far as rhythm, I think Coach Beck did a pretty good job today of calling the right plays, getting not only myself, but Ben and Aaron into a pretty good rhythm too. But for myself, yeah, it was just getting back into the flow of the game. Like I said, we do a lot of scrimmages and practice too. So it was very fun.
And then following that play and recovering the fumble there, was that just instinct or is that something that you're taught to do?
So yeah, usually on every run play, we're taught to carry out our fakes. As soon as I saw Jordan break a tackle, I was actually trying to catch up to possibly make a block if I needed to. As soon as I saw the ball pop out, I just hopped right on it.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Devin, since Ben and Aaron got all the snaps in the second half, you got a chance to watch, and I don't know if you were calling the plays or not, but you got a chance to watch. How would you kind of evaluate those two young guys behind you, how they played in the second half?
Yeah, I think they're both doing a great job. I mean, Aaron, he's really supposed to still be in high school. He early enrolled, got into the spring, and has been trying really, really hard. I've even been coming back up to the facility, watching film with him. And me and Ben have a great relationship as well. Going into halftime, I kind of got word that I wasn't going to be coming out into the second half. So I was just giving a little bit of points, a little bit of tips of what our defense was doing, who to key. And Ben's a really smart player, and he was able to pick up on everything really fast. So we all have a really great relationship in that quarterback room.
And as a follow-up, Delbert and DeMarcus had a pretty good day. Did they kind of prove to the fans and to the team that they can contribute to the running back rotation in the season?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think going into spring, they both knew what they needed to step up with Ricky and Zonovan not being able to participate. And they've been doing a great job all spring. They've been very excited and hungry as well, just to get all those reps and learning the offense as far as running the ball, protection. And I'm really proud of both of them.
Last question here, David Thompson.
Yeah, Devin, I'm just curious. Just from your own words, I kind of want to hear how you would rate your performance today.
Yeah, I'm always hard on myself. Obviously, I wanted to get back a couple throws, like Coach Doeren was saying, the first one, the pick. But I think the most exciting thing that I could take away today was just the energy of our whole team on both sidelines. The second half, I had to go over to the opposite sideline on the white team, and they had almost the same energy as the red team. And just being able to be out there and feel the energy, feel all the camaraderie between our team was just probably the biggest takeaway that I had from today.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate the
Thank you.
time. And